Welcome to Marketing and Social Media. I'm Jill Zozula, and I'm co-presenting with my colleague Stella Ofinger. Today, we wanted to discuss a few things with you regarding marketing, and the main point that we're going to discuss is planting seeds for long-term growth. I know a lot of you are at different places in your business, and probably the thing that keeps all of you up at night is, how am I going to constantly keep business in the pipeline? How am I going to grow my tree? And what I find when I work with business owners is that a lot of the times they're so reactive, they're just handling the day-to-day operations of their business that they don't even have time to think about marketing, because that's just one hat that they can't wear. So what I want to explain to you guys today is that you're going to need to plant seeds for your marketing, because if you wake up one morning and decide and discover that you don't have any new business coming in, it's too late to plant the seed at that point. You don't just get a tree. You might get a tree if you go to Home Depot and they give you a mature tree, but that tree started with seeds. So you've got to be constantly planting your seeds every day so that you constantly have work in your pipeline. 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. So today we want to kind of give you some ideas on how to keep that pipeline growing so that you're not constantly a rat on the wheel trying to get stuff done, but you're actually moving forward on your business. Because I know it's hard to get out of that rut of just being reactive and taking care of your business. How are you going to grow it? Okay. What we're going to cover today are the elements of a good marketing plan, why consistency in your marketing is so important, it's absolutely critical, and cost-effective online marketing techniques. Now, elements of a good marketing plan, the first point I want to talk about is you really need to look at your offerings. What exactly are you offering? You might have a couple of different things you're offering in your business, and who are you offering them to? I talk to so many businesses and they say, well, everybody can use my service. But when you think about it, that's not really true. So I want you to think about, what are you offering? What solution are you providing, and who specifically can benefit from that? A lot of businesses say everyone is my target, and they've got all of these buckets to fill up. But look at how many buckets are there. How can you possibly really give any time and attention and focus on all of those buckets? If you were to drill down and pick 2 or 3 specific niches, specific clients that you want to target, it makes it so much easier to be able to focus your marketing efforts. Because when you're doing this, you're basically just taking like a handful of pennies and throwing them and hoping they're going to get in one of those buckets. You'll always get low-hanging fruit. Don't worry about excluding certain markets, because if those come along, that's great, but don't focus on everybody, because you can't be all things to all people and you can't do them all well.
I really truly believe that a website is one of the most important things everyone in this room should have. Think about it. When you meet someone new, one of the first things you do, or a lot of us do, is validate that person. We'll go and we'll check them out on the web. Are they credible? And also you form an opinion of that person. Your website is a reflection of you. So your website should really reflect just, your brand and a little bit of your personality, and certainly should convey the services that you offer, as well as any team members you have on your team, your staff members. And it should position everybody in a positive light, so that when, someone's looking to hire you for services, they feel comfortable with you. The other areas I want to focus on today are a blog. A blog is a great way to express opinions about specific topics. For instance, if you are a CPA and there's a new tax law that's just come out and you want to talk about that to your clients, you're going to want to blog about that, tell your clients, hey, there's a new tax code for small businesses, and you need to be aware that this is going to affect you tax-wise, and you might want to call us so we can go over some of the areas that how it can affect your business long-term. So I think that the blog is great, and I'm going to cover another reason why a blog and Facebook and LinkedIn are important, but a blog also helps you with your website, and I'll explain that a little bit later. So the first thing about what a website do, it's not an online brochure. I know a lot of people think it's just something to, like you hand a brochure to somebody and they read it, but it's really not something that should just be like a brochure. It should be something that expresses what you are. It's a tool to communicate what your company is about. And like I mentioned before, it establishes your credibility. First question you want to ask is, it's great when you're here at a conference like this and you're handing your business card to someone, but what if you don't meet you can't meet everybody in the world, so how do they know that you exist? How can they find you? So I want to just focus a little bit on a term, I've talked to a few of you about this, called search engine optimization, also known as SEO. What this is, it's an opportunity for people to be able to find you using key terms. For instance, if you are looking for a plumber, let's say, you might type in plumber Long Beach. Well, there's going to be a list of people that will come up with those key terms. For instance, I use this one, real estate agent Irvine. I just put that in there in the Google bar up there. I got these people, the listing up here, Sybil Miller came up first. And if you go on her website, you would see Sybil Miller has some key terms within her website that focus on real estate agent Irvine. And I'll explain a little bit of that in just a moment. But I want to point out first, if you can see that yellow area at the top, those are paid ads. People paid to be in those spots. The area in the yellow and the sidebar are areas where people paid to be there. That means every time someone clicks on that, the person who owns that website has to pay Google, okay? Now, I prefer the organic search, which is the non-paid ads. Sybil Miller, the first lady listed under the yellow box. She did not pay to be there. She got her website there organically. And there are key things that you can do with your site to get it to that point, but you have to do some homework. And there's about 200 algorithms that Google has. They don't share them, but a lot of people, you can study this on your own, or you can hire someone to do this for you to research those key terms and help you get to the top. It is a science. It's not something that happens overnight. It takes time, but you can get there.